Hi, my name is Willie Thomas from Atlanta, Georgia. Good to be with you all here today. I hadn't been on the YouTube channel in a while now, and the reason I hadn't been on here because the last time I came on here, I got into the Antichrist in Revelation. I feel like it was very important for me to talk about it. And when I looked at the videos, I don't think I made myself perfectly clear when I was saying the things that I was saying because I was coming from the Bible. Okay. Now, by me reading the Bible back and forth, I understand the Bible. You know, it's just like other people read the Bible. They understand it within the format that they was taught. But I understand exactly what the Bible be saying. Okay. Now, knowing that 100%, I was trying to share with you all who was the Antichrist and how the Antichrist had came into the world, and how that men and women who written the book, how the Bible was the instruction of following the dead. In other words, if you give your praise and honor to Jesus Christ, then you are headed straight from the grave. Mind you, when Jesus was crucified, you remember he was on the cross with a robber and a thief. And one of them said, if you was the son of man, save yourself. And the other one hollered out and said, I know who you is. You know, you the son of man. And he said, remember me in paradise. And paradise is the grave. If you look that up, you will find it out. It's the grave. And Jesus said that he will remember the dude in paradise. In other words, when this man died, he following Jesus Christ, then he will remember him in his death. In other words, both of them would be in a dark place. It's just like you have the prayer in the Bible. It say, Our Father who art in heaven, the 23rd Psalm. It say, forgiving us. I'm paraphrasing, forgiving us. You know how the prayer go. Well, I want to get to this part. It say, I'll walk through the valley of the shadows of death. I should feel no evil. If you with the living God, the God who been with you your whole entire life, you would never be in the valley of the shadows of death. The living God don't put rules on us. The living God don't put uh um the living God don't punish us for trying to be the best human being we trying to be. It's only men and women of this world who will punish us if we don't live up to their standards. In other words, men and women have laws here that it's really not a law at all, because some people they're exempt of the law and some people are they punish by the law. And anytime if everybody is not judged on the same standards, then that should never be a law at all. I'm just telling you the unadulterated truth. And that's where we be. Well, anyway, I got a little sidetrack. I was telling you about the Bible, and I was telling you about the Jesus Christ, how he came in and how we was taught, and Jesus Christ is the Antichrist. And that's why I was saying so many things, because we was taught to follow the Antichrist by the people who loved us and the people that we cared about 100%. So we was taught that format, and that format is going to take us straight to the grave. If you ever look at anything, the cross, it always represents death. If you look at, and I'm going to point out a couple of things to let you know 100% I'm telling the truth. Jesus Christ was crucified on the cross. He died upon the cross. If you see the cross again, you see the cross back when I'm not prejudiced, but I got to make reference to this. When the white people burnt black people as slaves, when they came and killed black people and they burnt their houses, they burnt the cross in their yard to let them know that some black person was dead in that house. It's a symbol of death. Jesus Christ was on the cross, a symbol of death. Back in the old days, they used to always bury people. They used to put a cross in the cemetery to let you know that somebody was dead in there. It's a symbol of death. Back In the Romans days, when people used to go out to battle, in the battlefields, when they was fighting against countries, when they were fighting for land and territorials, they used to have crucifixes put on their shields. So knowing it's a lot of people when they went out there and they got killed, that was going to be their final burial place, that they weren't going to be able to come back to the house. You see what I'm saying? Wasn't nobody bringing them back. Well, it's a lot of people lost their life in battle over land or whatever they were fighting over, you know? A cross, every time you see it, it gonna show death. That's why you see the crosses in the cemetery, on the churches. When you see a cross on the church, it's clearly letting you know that everything in that building is dead to the purpose of plan of the divine living God. They serve the God of the dead because they have that big cross there. Anytime you see a preacher preach from the pulpit with a cross on his robe, a cross around his neck, letting you know he dead to the purpose of plan of the real creator, and he only following he following the book of the dead, because he preaching from the book of the dead. Everything that he have to do, he's dealing with death. I, Willie Robert Thomas, I'm trying to share this with you all. These are my findings. And I'm not trying to be like, hey, I know everything, because I don't know everything. But this the stuff I have found. And if you don't believe me, you can Google stuff up. You can ask Google if the Bible is the old witchcraft book, or you can ask the lineage of the Bible, because we can Google anything now these days and time, and watch what Google starts saying. You start asking specific questions. Is the Bible is the oldest witchcraft book? And it gonna start telling you a lot of stuff about that Bible that you would never thought that actually was going on with that book. I follow the divine living God. That's the one who created everything. It's just like me, myself, Willie Robert Thomas. When I offer my prayers up, I offer my prayers up in my name. It's two ways you can introduce yourself to someone. They can introduce themselves to you, or you can introduce yourself to them. Since the divine living God created all of us, and the divine living God let us see all their works that they done, both male and female, and did not tell us their name deliberately. And when this divine living God allowed me to get a name, I understand why, so I can introduce that name up to them. So anytime I need to pray, or anytime I need to call on this divine living God, I call on in my name. It's four things you can do. You can you offer up your name, your date of birth, your mother who brought you into this world, and whatever state you reside in. Them four things right there, don't nobody have that code but you. You only. You know, no one have that code but you. Once you do them four things, you separate yourself from everything in this world. And you can have a direct line to yourself and the living God, both male and female. Hi, I'm Willie Robert Thomas. I get on here tomorrow sometime and share a little bit more knowledge with you all of what I found. And sometimes, just hit me up in the comments and let me know what y'all think about what I'm saying. Thanks, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.